My dear students and parents, by God's grace, my educational videos are available in YouTube to 10th Cbse, plus 1 Cbse, plus 2 Cbse, NEET and IIT students in the subjects Maths, Physics, Chemistry, Zoology and Botany in English language. Today, we are going to find the mole fraction of ethylene glycol. See the sum. Calculate the mole fraction of ethylene glycol C2H6O2 in a solution containing 20% of C2H6O2 by mass. It is mentioned in the sum the ethylene glycol contains 20% by mass in a solution. Then what is the remaining 80%? The remaining 80% is the solvent. Here in this sum, the details of ethylene glycol dissolved in which solvent is not given. Then how can we find the name of the solvent? The sum is silent in respect of the solvent. It means that it is the aqueous solution, that is water. In this case, the solvent is water. The remaining 80% mass is water. The given data: 1. The mass of solute ethylene glycol is 20 gram. 2. Molecular formula of solute ethylene glycol is C2H6O2. Assume that the solvent is water. Mass of solvent water is 80 gram. The molecular formula of solvent water is H2O. We know that in a solution, that is in a binary solution, there are two substances. One is solute, another is solvent. If we add the solute and solvent, we will get the solution. Solute plus solvent equal to solution. First of all, we are going to write the formula to find the mole fraction. What is the formula to find the mole fraction? The formula to find the mole fraction of solute ethylene glycol is the mole fraction of solute ethylene glycol equal to number of moles of solute ethylene glycol by number of moles of solution. It means that in how many number of moles of solution, how many number of moles of solute ethylene glycol is dissolved. In order to find the mole fraction of the solute ethylene glycol, we need number of moles of solute ethylene glycol and the number of moles of solution. But in the sum, no information about the number of moles of solute ethylene glycol is dissolved. Moreover, the number of moles of solution is also not supplied in the sum. Then how can we find the number of moles of the solute ethylene glycol? In order to find the number of moles, we need two particulars. If we know the mass of the solute and either the chemical name of that solute or the molecular formula of that solute, we can find the number of moles. In this sum, the mass of the solute dissolved is given as 20 gram. The chemical name of the solute, ethylene glycol, and also the molecular formula of the solute, ethylene glycol, that is C2H6O2 are given, so that both the particulars we need to find the number of moles have been supplied in the sum. From these two information, we can find the number of moles applying the formula number of moles of solute equal to given mass of solute by molar mass of the solute. Here I have written one more equation for the mole fraction of solute ethylene glycol. Number of moles of solute ethylene glycol by number of moles of solute and solvent. Because in the solution, solute and solvent are present, so that I am writing in the place of solution solute and solvent. The next question is, sir, the mass of the solute is given in the sum, but the molar mass of the solute is not provided in the sum. How can we find the molar mass of the solute? We can find the molar mass of the solute very easily. We know that the molar mass of a substance is the sum of the atomic mass of all elements present in that molecule. Now we are going to find the molar mass of solute ethylene glycol C2H6O2. In this, the first element is carbon. What is the atomic mass of carbon? The atomic mass of one carbon atom is 12. But here there are two carbon atoms, so that the atomic mass of carbon 12 is multiplied by 2, because there are two carbon atoms, plus the atomic mass, that is the mass number of one hydrogen atom is 1. Here there are 6 hydrogen atoms, so that we are multiplying the atomic mass by 6, so that we are getting 1 into 6, plus then coming to the other third element, oxygen. We know that the atomic mass of one oxygen atom is 16. Here there are two oxygen atoms, so that we are multiplying the one atomic mass of oxygen by 2. Thereby we are getting 16 into 2. Then if we multiple 12 into 2, we will get 24. 1 into 6 is 6, plus 16 into 2, 32. If we add all this, we will get 62 gram per mole. It is the molar mass of the solute ethylene glycol, that is C2H6O2. So in order to find the mole fraction, first we need the number of moles of the solute. Then if we want to find the number of moles of the solute, we need to find the molar mass of the solute. And I want to say, what is solute, what is solvent? A substance present in a solution in lesser proportion by mass is called as solute. What is solvent? A substance present in a solution in larger proportion by mass is called solvent. My dear students and parents, if my educational videos are most interesting and understandable one, you can share with your classmates, because each student will have doubts in different areas. I also appeal you to subscribe my channel. We have already seen that how we can get the moles of the solute. How can we get the moles of the solute? By the formula, the given mass by molar mass. The meaning of that given mass by molar mass is if 62 gram of solute would have been dissolved, the number of mole will be 1. This is the 1 molar mass. As we have already discussed, in 1 molar mass there is 1 mole. So the number of mole is 1. Therefore, in our sum, 62 gram of solute is not dissolved. Only 20 gram solute is dissolved. If we remove all the words, we will get the moles of solute, that is ethylene glycol, as 20 gram by 62 gram. If we divide 20 by 62, we will get 0.322 mole. Then coming to find the moles of solvent. So far we have discussed how to find the moles of the solute. We have found the moles of the solute, that is ethylene glycol, as 0.322 mole. We are going to find the moles of solvent. In this sum, the solvent is water. The molecular formula of the water is H2O. So the formula is given mass of solvent, that is water, by molar mass of water. Here there are 2 hydrogen atoms. So the atomic mass of one hydrogen atom is 1. Therefore the atomic mass of 2 hydrogen atom is 1 into 2. Plus, we know that the atomic mass of one oxygen atom is 16. The atomic mass is also called as mass number. Here there is only one oxygen atom. So 1 into 2, 2, plus 16 into 1, 16, 2 plus 16, 18 gram per mole. This is the molar mass of the solvent water. After finding the molar mass of the solvent water, we are going to find the moles of the solvent. If 18 gram of solvent, that is water, would have been dissolved, the number of mole will be 1. In this sum, 18 gram of solvent is not dissolved. Totally 80 gram of solvent, that is water, is dissolved. We will get 80 gram by 18 gram per mole. If we divide 80 by 18, we will get 4.444 moles. Now we have found the moles of solvent. In our hand there are moles of solute as 0.322 mole and moles of the solvent, that is water, as 4.444 moles. If we are having the moles of the solute and the moles of the solvent, we can proceed to find the mole fraction. So what is the formula for mole fraction? As we have already written, the mole fraction of solute, that is ethylene glycol, equal to X glycol, number of moles of solute by number of moles of solute plus solvent. We are going to substitute the number of moles of the solute we have already determined. What is the number of moles of solute? The number of moles of solute is 0.322 and the number of moles of solute, again in the denominator we have to write 0.322 plus this is the number of moles of the solvent, so that is 4.444. If we add 0.322 and 4.444, we will get 4.766. If we divide 0.322 by 4.766, we will get the mole fraction of the solute as 0.068. What is the mole fraction of the solute? We have determined the mole fraction of the solute, that is ethylene glycol, is found as 0.068. We are coming to find the mole fraction of solvent, that is water. What is the formula for the mole fraction of solvent? That is number of moles of solvent by number of moles of solute plus solvent. We have already found the number of moles of the solvent as 4.444. So that number of moles of the solvent is substituted in the numerator. Then number of moles of the solute plus solvent. Number of the moles of solute and the solvent has already been determined as 4.766. So if we divide 4.444 by 4.766, we will get the mole fraction of solvent as 0.932. In this sum, they have asked only to find the mole fraction of the solute, that is ethylene glycol. They are not asking to find the mole fraction of the solvent, that is water. For understanding purposes, we have calculated here the mole fraction of the solvent, that is water also. One doubt may arise to the students. After finding the mole fraction of the solute, that is ethylene glycol, whether they should find the mole fraction of the solvent, that is water? No, because the sum of the mole fraction of the solute and the mole fraction of the solvent will be equal to 1. So we will subtract the mole fraction of the solute that we have already calculated. From 1 we will get the mole fraction of the solvent. From the above discussions, what we have confirmed? It is confirmed that in order to find the mole fraction of the solute or solvent, we have to find the number of moles of the solute and the number of moles of the solvent. In order to find the number of moles of the solute, we have to find the molar mass of the solute. In order to find the number of moles of the solvent, we have to find the molar mass of the solvent. So if we say reversely, first of all we have to find the molar mass of the solute and the molar mass of the solvent. After finding the molar mass of the solute and molar mass of the solvent, we should find the number of moles of the solute and the number of moles of the solvent. After finding the number of moles of the solute and the number of moles of the solvent, we can calculate the mole fraction of the solute or the mole fraction of the solvent. This educational video and all my videos in maths, physics, chemistry, zoology, botany are most interesting and understandable one. You share with your classmates and also subscribe my channel.